Hi guys. So I have two beautiful chicken breasts all cut up in here. I have garlic, pepper, and salt, and some avocado oil. You can use whatever you want for your fats. You can see it's getting nice and crispy there. At this time, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to add my onions, just coming over here. What we got going on here. I have onions, and I have 3 large carrots. I have celery. I have some red pepper and quinoa and some coleslaw, bag of coleslaw. So as you can see, this is all veggies, and I choose the less starchy veggies, trying to keep it more of a low-carb soup. I'll also add a can of tomatoes in this pot once it's about a half an hour to 45 minutes before it's done. I'm going to saute the onions in with the meat for a little bit, and then I'm just going to add everything else in. Once you get your veggies in, fill your pot pretty much level with the vegetables with water, and let it simmer about an hour to an hour and a half. So here we go. We have our celery and our onions sauteed up pretty good. I've added about a cup of kale on my cutting board here, and some parsley. And I had some zucchini that was going bad. I chopped up and froze a week or so ago, so I have that thawed and ready to go in. So that stuff is just about ready to go in the pot. Also have my tea kettle on, so that when I do pour my water in here, it is hot and starting to cook right away, so it doesn't take quite as long. Bring that boiling water right up above the vegetables. I've lost count of how many different vegetables I've put in here already, but there is quite a few. Give that a little stir. Now you can throw some mushrooms. You can throw whatever you have in your fridge in your soup, really, that you like. Parsnips are good. Don't go too heavy on parsnips, because sometimes they'll overtake the flavor of the soup. Here's that half a bag of coleslaw that I was gonna put in there. I need to add a little more water just to bring that water up just above the vegetables. Okay guys, at this point you're going to put your cover on, let that come to a good simmer, and let it cook for about an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, so that all those yummy vegetables flavorings kind of get in marry together. Okay, as you see, we have a little bit of a boil going on there. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this vegetable spice that we love, just to add a little extra yummy flavors, although there's lots of flavors in there. I have a couple of heaping tablespoons here of chicken bouillon stock. If you're making a vegan version, you could actually buy that in a vegetable stock as well, to just add some extra flavors. I'm not adding any or hardly any vegetables that are really starchy in this. I know carrots are, but I don't put any potatoes. It just keeps it more of a low-carb soup. Quinoa does have carbs in it, but there's only a half a cup here, and by the time I dish this soup up, there's at least 8 to 12 big bowls of soup. So when you divide that up, your bowls of soup have very few carbs in them, be 8 or less. So I'm going to let that simmer, like I said, for about an hour and a half, and cook really well. And then about 20 minutes or 10 minutes before I take it off, I'm going to throw this in. I usually like to add a can of tomatoes, diced, crushed, chopped tomatoes, a can of stewed tomatoes, but I don't have any in my cupboard, so this is the golden ticket that's going to get put in there instead of tomatoes today. So I'll show you one more quick little glimpse of this once it's all cooked and we add the tomato sauce to it, and it'll be ready to eat. So it's been about an hour. Things are softening and tenderizing and looking really, really good. I'm going to add my pasta sauce right in there. And again, like I said, I would prefer to have stewed tomatoes. I just love the big chunk of tomatoes in there. But hey, whatever your favorite is, right? You could put tomato soup in there if you wanted to. So there you go. I'm going to let that simmer another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll have supper out of that, and we'll have lunch for the rest of the week for whoever likes it. I hope you enjoy this video. Like it and share it. Thanks, guys.